Welcome to the late but hopefully great episode of Dead Air. I'm Candace. Unfortunately, I'm your host today.
Welcome to the late.
Sorry, forgot to unmute it. Well, today we'll refocus on Gimble's confusing writing style. It's a mixture of him writing out his fantasies, trying to remix the comments, and giving the wrong fans what they want. We call that fan service. And I really want to know, why can't Gimple stick to fan fiction when it comes to his fantasies? Why do we have to torture us and write it for the show? For example, this week he says he saw how great Andy handled Glenn's and Abe's death, so he wanted to give him a little more tragedy. He could have wrote this whole scenario in a fan fiction. Just get it out of his system, write it down in fan fiction, and be through. And give us a coherent story that is consistent. We want consistent characters. We don't want characters who are seem like they're on a string and he's the puppet master. Oh, I need you to do this, so I'm gonna make you do that. No reason. It's kind of like Whiplash. I need Michonne to be on Daryl's side for a minute, so I'm gonna make her forget all of her character development, her common sense, so that she will get on board with this plan to ambush the sanctuary. And those kind of things kind of make it hard for us to follow along with the show, root for our characters, because their motivation changes on a whim. It changes with what the plot wants. And it's not the Walking Dead I signed up for 7 years ago when I binge watched the first season, where it was more character driven. You felt what the characters were feeling. You wanted them to survive. You rooted for their survival. Right now, I kind of wish that everyone would just gain some sense. Why should I be thinking that? I should be wanting them to, yes, let's go kill Negan. But no, I just want them to gain some sense. Why are they behaving this way? Why do they keep making the same mistakes over and over again and not learning from them? Why is Gimple putting so much emphasis on the wrong things and skipping over the important things? And one of the things that he really focuses too much on is fan service to certain fandoms. Not the Rashomon fandom, but fandoms like the Carol fandom, the Negan fans, and Daryl fan. Carol this season has been consistent. She has been good. She has her moments. She feels more like a well developed character. We pretty much know her motivation. She's not stepping out of her lane, so to speak. So her fan service this season has been kept at a minimum. However, when it comes to Daryl, they give Daryl something to do. And it's like Gimple doesn't know what to do with Daryl until there's a cool moment. And so let's just give it to Daryl. But when Daryl has something to do and it has consequences, it's like, let's ignore all the consequences from Daryl's actions. Let's absolve him. Because the fans want Daryl to be badass. But the fans do not want to see Daryl blamed for being, when his badassery, or whatever you want to call it, goes wrong. No. Let him have the short win, the short sighted win, and let's ignore all the consequences. And I really hate that. I really hate this version of The Walking Dead. Another thing, fan services, they kill Carl so that Negan can stay around. Not everybody wants Negan to stay alive like he is in the comments. Most fans want Rick to kill him. Most fans are waiting with bated breath for Rick to kill him. No one really wants to see Negan live except diehard comic fans and Negan fans. And Gimple basically said he has no way to justify Negan staying alive without killing Carl, and that's just lazy writing. And he's alienating fans to make this work. He really doesn't understand what his fans want. So we have Carl dying so Negan can live, and it's basically Gimple saying F you to everyone who wants to see a future of the show with the new generation and not with Negan, who probably is going to die soon anyway. If it's not from someone killing him, it's probably because he get an STD or something. I mean, the man is not long for this world, but apparently Gimple doesn't think so. He thinks it's okay to kill a 14-year-old kid just so his dad can have some more pain, just so his dad can reevaluate life and come to a point where he can be okay with Negan living. And that's not true to Carl's character, that's not true as Rick for a character, and it's the wrong kind of character development the show is focusing on. The show should focus on Daryl learning that there are consequences to your mistakes. The show should focus on Rick trying to actually be a leader. Since season one, Rick has been the reluctant leader. Make him want to be the leader, have a better tomorrow. We saw that a little bit in season 6 and season 7, but make him own it, make him embrace it, make him love it, and maybe as he tried to figure out what kind of leader he really wants to be, oh, we'll have a trial, Negan. Whatever the jury says, that will be the outcome. No, let's kill Carl. Maybe he'll see that, hey, killing Negan is wrong because Carl has changed your heart. Carl sees people as trapped and their soul needs to be released because he met this strange boy right before he got bit. I just don't understand this need for Gimple to take the show in this direction. Very plot driven, not character driven. And that's going to be all for me today. It's just a little mini rant. Today, this series has been great. I haven't had a chance to listen to all of it, but it's been great. I'm glad that people had a chance to say F Gimple over and over again this week because the more and more you hear about this whole scenario and what went on with Chandler getting fired, it's really heartbreaking. I'm glad he got a new start. He got a new haircut. He looks younger. He looks fresh. He looks younger, and I'm happy for him. Um, I am not feeling so well. I took some lemon, honey, and salt earlier. It was horrible, but it's not as horrible as Carl dying, so I will survive it, and I hope you will too. Thanks.